Yep. So for me, I want to give my take on this Gucci Man interview. Uh, Gucci Man LaFleur. For y'all that don't know. First of all, I watched his Gucci Mane's interview a couple days ago. He did on Big Facts podcast, and then this morning, him and Keyshia, KO, his wife, was on the Breakfast Club this morning. Um, with DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God, Lauren LaRosa, and first off, I want to say to Keisha Kaur for being the woman who she is, um, mentally, uh, emotionally, financially. I just want to say, got to give it to you, round over. Got to give it to you. To stand by that man's side through his challenges and work on himself and seeing a better version of him instead of seeing how I want to put this. His lesser self, I say. Uh, Round of applause to you, Keisha. To Gucci Man himself, round of applause. As a as a as a I'm gonna say as a career long fan of Gucci Man, I've been rocking and listening to Gucci Man for since '05. I used to drive to college. I had an hour and a half, 2 hour drive to college when I would come home on the weekends back and forth. That's all I was listening to was the Gucci Man. So I've been a fan of his. I've seen him from the Bart chain, the ice cream tattoo, the the crazy comments, um, the misbehavior, the ups and downs. I've seen it from my standpoint, from watching it on TV or listening through the music, whether it was a mixtape album, DVDs back then. Um, Shout out to you, Gucci, for addressing and talking about your challenges and experiences, as far as going through your mental things, and addressing them and overcoming them, and now you sharing your story with us, um, for those who may be dealing with some of the same struggles, um, as far as mental disorders, um, from drug use or whatever, or just straight up born with it. It's an honor, uh, for that. Now I do got to talk to Charlemagne and Envy. I do got to talk to Charlemagne and Envy, but I'm gonna give y'all a second. I'm gonna lay off y'all for 1 second. Shout out to Lauren LaRosa for your questions were on point. They were straight up. They were um, just all out good questions. My wife loves Lauren LaRosa. She's a huge fan. So, Lauren, you was all right. You had one little slip up where you missed and called Gucci Jeezy. Now we're gonna let you slide with that, Lauren. I'm gonna call you Double L. We're gonna let you slide with that, Double L. Um, with Charlemagne and DJ Envy, what what we call what little where we call them? uh, uh, what Charlemagne and DJ Envy, y'all all right. Y'all brothers all right with me. But y'all ask Gucci some questions, and then y'all cut him off before y'all let the man finish asking the question. I'm talking about some good stuff. Y'all ask some great questions, But y'all cut him off before he can finish answering. Come on now. Y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do, hands down, y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do better than that. Now, but y'all good though. I love y'all. Let y'all slide. I ain't gonna give y'all a donkey of the day for that. But I think it was a great interview. It was a after I watched that Gucci Man video with Big Facts a couple days ago. Might have been October 17th, October 18th, one of them days, and the day October 20th, 2025. Um, I went and watched the old Gucci Man video that he did, interview that he did with Breakfast Club with Charlamagne Envy and Angela, what we call her? Angela Lee. But I was checking the vibe and the energy and Gucci Man responses and his body language. It was totally different. It was totally different today. Um, than 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 that interview some years ago. Um, but the interview today that y'all did, it was different. Charlamagne was a lot more engaged with Gucci. You was because I know Charlamagne takes mental health very seriously, and he seemed a lot more engaged and a lot more receptive and a lot more open to Gucci Man compared to that older interview, which one I'm thinking was 2012, if I ain't mistaken, something like that. Um, 16, 15, something like that. I think it's something like that. But it was today. The interview today was a lot more open, a lot more receptive, and it was cool. But that's my take on the video, on the interview. I think Keyshia. I guess it ain't. I mean, that's honorable. You know, a lot of times in our society, people will take off on you when you, in which, that's what we do. Um, but she saw the better in him, and that was a good thing. We always need somebody like that by our side. One thing she said was she didn't want him to be crazy and left alone. That was very profound. That was very interesting, um, and that was very thoughtful. And God gonna bless her. Continue to bless her for that. And I just wish the best for Gucci. I gotta get his books. And like I said, I'm a fan. Always been a fan. Probably will always be a fan. Um, Understanding his mental health and as I gain a better understanding of it and mental health disorders in general, um, it's important and it's necessary. And now I'm able to recognize, and for me at 39 years old, I'm able to recognize when I see it in other people. Um, I'm like, okay, I might not want to respond to this in a certain way because it might be something there, that I don't know. And sometimes it make me, even those interviews, it take me to myself. Sometimes it make me think about like, okay, I was a, I was a, I used to use marijuana for a long time. I consumed marijuana for years, and I'm clean now, but I don't smoke anymore. But it could have altered my mental capacity. It could have altered the way I think, act, and behave, and which I'm sure it did. Because if I'm getting high, it's gonna be different. But I think for me, for the interview, it's amazing. I'm happy to see it. Like I said, I think the guys did a good job. The guys and the lady, they did a great job as far as the interview, having them on and just asking good questions and being considerate and being um I'm gonna say cautious. I guess cautious is the word, not necessarily the word I'm looking for. But I'm also being considerate and compassionate. That's that C word I'm looking for. Being compassionate about what Gucci Man was going through and what he's still, you know, working his way through. That's just my take on the interview, and I'm looking forward to more. It look like he's gonna be doing a lot more stuff coming up here. Like I say this is the second interview I've seen and done, I heard, watched in the last 3 days. So I'm looking for a lot more from him. The book episode he just dropped, I'm definitely gonna go check that out and and read it in the mix with some of my other stuff I got going on. But yeah, my take on the interview, my overall take on the interview, great interview, very informative, very thought provoking. It was very compassionate. It was very informative, um, empathetic. Uh, just it really pulled at your heartstrings a little bit, and knowing what people go through sometimes and having to work through. So for me, it was a great interview. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. I recommend checking out his interview, Gucci Mane's interview on Big Facts as well. That was a great interview when he opened up about some of those things and his reaction to Jeezy and the verses and all of that. So great interview. I think check it out. Check both of them out. Man, they're great. Like I said, I'm gonna check the book out. I'll be back for my next interview review here shortly, whenever. But y'all stay tuned. I'm the infamous Lorenzo Cato. I'll see y'all. I'm out.